Hi, we're here with another progress report for Voyager Index, and I'm going to go over the two things, largest things that I spearheaded for this week. So the first is over here in the filter, um, we wanted to emulate radio buttons for some of the selectors. So that means if one is selected, then it deselects all the other ones. And this was just kind of a fun little thing to get started on this week. And so to do that, I added this button group function in the public filter.javascript file. So basically that just takes a grouping of button classes, in this case args, and then iterates over all of them, and then adds a click event listener. And then, so whenever one of the buttons is clicked, then all the other buttons in the group have their active class removed. And then change markers is a function that will throw the updates to the database, return the updated city list, and then update the map. So yeah, that's what we've got going on there. We have two button groups here. One for the city size, so rural, town, city, and metro. Let's take a look at that. Those are right here, rural, town, city, and metro. Yeah, so that means that you can select, you can't really select all of them. You can only select one, because in our case we're saying that a city can be only one of the four categories here. And then the second button group is temperature filter, so cold, temperature, or cold, temperate, warm, and hot. And that's right here. I don't think these are working yet. We still have to throw these at the database and then return cities, but that shouldn't be too bad. We've done that with all the filters above, so that shouldn't be too bad at all. And then the second thing that I spearheaded this week was adding images to the grid. So the grid is this page of cities in this nice kind of organized layout that kind of, instead of choosing a city on a map, you can go over here and kind of select a city. What we should do is really have kind of a search bar here so people can type in a city name. That may be something for the weeks ahead. But yeah, I think Andrew was the one who actually did the HTML for the grid. So all these kind of squares line up nicely like this. And I was the one that used the image API that we're using, I think from Teleport, to actually have the images show up. Let's look at the code for that. That would be the grid.js. So yeah, right here is where the actual images are added. And what's really cool, this is our main teleport API right here, kind of get city. It does its own function. And then it gets the source of the city image and throws that on the grid. But the API that we had, the main one, teleport, doesn't have images for Karachi, and I don't think Dhaka either. So we had these kind of blank areas. So what I did is I added a fallback API from Google Places API, basically. So that means that whenever an image isn't found over here with the teleport API, the server will query the Google Places API as a fallback. So I'm very proud of that. Yeah, and then also I moved the city pop-up that we have over here all the way to the grid. So that means that the pop-up is kind of available in two places. And then you can also select an image or the map. And both of those things, the overlay, I did, and I'm very proud of it. So yeah, that's what we've got going on there. And yeah, we'll center this pop-up. It's kind of over on the right, but that's okay. Anyway, that's what we've got going on. Stay tuned and have a great day.